for my night owl friends, this one's for you. Hey guys, it's Emily Myrick here from marriedmyrick.com, and every Wednesday I upload a video about attainable homemaking for busy working women. So if you want to learn how to become an excellent homemaker, consider hitting that subscribe button below and hit the bell notification. Okay, so today I am spilling the tea. Just kidding, there's nothing in here. On how I get everything done as a homemaker who also works outside of the home. Now, I will say that I love staying up late at night, and it's not even a simple thing that I can stay up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or maybe even later and be working on my blog or be cleaning the house. Like, it can be a problem, especially when your husband works nights. And yeah, I mean, on the weekends, sometimes I will just be staying up until the wee hours of the morning when other productive people are probably just starting to wake up. But even though my creative energy is always the most active at night, I have learned that I need to set up a morning routine and a bedtime for myself. Sometimes it can feel productive if I'm cleaning the house until like super late at night, or I just like get a creative idea to season my new cast iron pans at 11:30 at night, like a normal person, right? Like that's what Friday nights are for, right? But I have learned that I need to take care of myself physically, and that I'm a lot more productive if I am well rested. Even if I think I have all this energy to complete a project, usually I have the motivation to start, and then halfway through I'm like, this was a terrible idea. It's really late. I need to go to bed. So I have decided in 2020 I am going to stick to a schedule. Now, I know if you are anything like me, you're probably thinking, I can't stick to a schedule. Like, my life is crazy. And I get it because I travel for work a lot too. So every week is not the same for me. But I have taken some advice from Michael Hyatt and created what I call an ideal week. So that doesn't necessarily mean that every single week is going to look the exact same for me, because I also like to prioritize people. And so if there is something that comes up when I have a friend who needs me or something, like, I'm willing to adjust my schedule to meet the needs of people, because people are my priority. And as a homemaker, the people that are in your home are your priority to serve through your home, and the people who you welcome in your home, they're also a priority. And I think it is so important to prioritize hospitality. I think it's really important to have a schedule to go from. Even if you're not sticking to the schedule 100%, if you have somewhat of a structure to your week or to your day, then you can kind of make adjustments from that, rather than just feeling completely frazzled and having no structure whatsoever and just feeling like torn, and then you get overcommitted to something, and then, you know, you get sick 6 times in a year. That happened to me. So yeah, I think it was a lot of all of this, the sickness that I was experiencing last year, that really made me stop and be like, Emily, maybe you need to take care of yourself a little bit more and go to bed on a normal time, and not think that you can just run off of 4 hours of sleep. So that is how not to get things done as a homemaker. How you can get things done and how you should get things done is to sit down, and what I did was I used a pad of paper to start with, and then I transferred it to Trello. I love Trello because it just organizes my whole entire life. It's great and it's free. But basically I just like have to write things down on paper just to see, especially if it's a process or something like that. I just need to like see it all written out on paper and not be confined to typing. So I basically just went hour by hour each day and kind of was walking through my schedule. And what I found is that there is so much time that I have if I choose to use it wisely, if I actually go to bed on time and have more energy the next day, if I'm working out regularly so that I actually feel more energetic if I do have the time to work out. And so really taking like a half hour every day to work out, to me, I'm thinking like, oh, I don't have 30 minutes. But I'm so much more productive the rest of the day that I need to take that time for myself. So you might find that with yourself as well. You might think, well, I don't have enough time in my day to get 8 hours of sleep. But if you function way better on 8 hours of sleep, it's actually more efficient to spend that time sleeping than it would be to like try to cram more stuff into your day. So for me, I wrote out my schedule. I wrote out, like obviously these are the hours that I have to be spending at work. This is the time that I have to meal prep at night and cook the meal and enjoy some time with my husband. And then I found that I have like 2 to 3 hours every night, if I'm diligent, that I can actually spend working on my blog and stuff like that. I have so much more free time. Plus, if I go to bed earlier on the weekends, I can get up at the same time that I do during the week, and I have that whole morning time to create videos for you guys, or to work on my next course that I want to launch this year, or write blog posts, write emails, work on my ministry of marriedmyrick.com. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, I actually have way more time than I realized. And I think it's really easy to just feel very unproductive and feel like cleaning takes up all the extra time, because if you don't have the energy to do that, then it takes so much longer to do all your chores and stuff like that, or you just spend time scrolling on Instagram, guilty, or YouTube or something like that. But if you are like actually mapping out your week and creating what you would call like an ideal week, you can see how much time that you actually have to get everything done. So I'm going to dive in a little bit into what my specific week is going to look like, or like how I've structured it to look. But it's going to look different for you if you have a commute, if you travel for work. But for me, I am setting my bedtime at midnight because that's realistic for me. I wish I could go to bed earlier than that, but I want every single day to look exactly the same as much as possible. And so that is a realistic time for me. Because I get my creative energy at night, so then I can work on my stuff from like 9 to midnight and look forward to spending that time doing something that I really love. So then it motivates me the next day to get up and get things done and stay on task, and not get distracted at work or anything like that, so that I can have that time to work on my passion projects. I wake up at 7 in the morning. For the first 15 minutes of the day, I just spend time in prayer and reading the Bible. And it's not a lot of time to be able to really dig into the word, but that is something that I really want to be consistent with, and that's something that I will spend some nights digging in, throughout the week or on the weekends, really digging in and doing a deeper study on scripture. But I really do think that it's important to be consistent and to just at least spend the first couple minutes of your day with God. And I try to carry that with me throughout the rest of the day and be listening to worship music and be constantly in prayer, as we're instructed to do in 1 Thessalonians. I do like to spend those first few minutes of the day with God. Then after that, I work out for about a half hour just at home. If I can just work out right in my living room, which is not that far from my bedroom, I will get up and go and do it, and then shower right away, and I don't have to spend time driving to the gym. I want to stay healthy and active, and I want to stay in shape as much as possible. So having at least a half hour during the week is to work out will help me to feel better and to have more energy and be able to do the things that I love. After I work out, then I shower, eat a quick breakfast, and I'm ready for work. And so my morning routine really isn't that long. It's basically an hour, and then boom, I'm ready to work and I can be productive and really put all my effort into work. I mean, that's the morning routine. I think it's really important if a morning routine is new for you to keep it very simple, because it can be so tempting for me to first thing in the morning when I wake up just like run to my computer, because if I'm not traveling, I get to work from home, which is wonderful. I love it, but it can be super tempting because I have coworkers who work on the East Coast, and so I wake up to emails and I want to get to inbox 0 as quickly as I can every single day. I really need to stick to the boundary that my morning routine is, because I know that I will be more productive the rest of the day and I will be a better employee because of it. So it can be tempting to think like, okay, well, if I just start working the second I wake up, then I will be the best employee, but that's not actually true. So I'm trying to kind of protect that habit, and if I have like appointments or something like that that are earlier than my normal start time, then I might have to go to bed an hour earlier that night, or something like that to accommodate. And like I said, I can be flexible, but I want to try to protect that as much as possible, and I think it's healthier to do that. All right, so those are my tips today on how to get things done as a busy working homemaker. And if you guys have any other tips, or if you want to share what your ideal week is, or what your favorite part of your morning routine is, or your weekly routine is, leave it in the comments below. Maybe I can get some new ideas and tweak around my schedule if I find something's not working, or if you guys have a really great idea that I want to try. I'll see you next week.